This morning, this morning when I woke up, that was my. Oh, there's a spider hanging from the ceiling. Oh my gosh. Okay, and I was just talking. Spider hanging from the ceiling, but I was saying, and it's still there. What the freak? Is that thing dropping on my head when I'm sleeping? Oh my gosh. There's really like a spider on a spider web, like Little Miss Muffet hanging from the ceiling, like falling, like really crawling. But so anyhow, when I woke up this morning, you know, my first thing was like it was so cold, and I just laid here. And then I thought about it and I was like, all of those tears that I cried, what am I crying for? I'm crying. What the hell am I crying for? And that was the day before yesterday. Yesterday was pretty decent except for the thing about ride home or whatever. But, what am I crying for? I'm sitting here freezing my buns off. You know what I'm saying? And then one offer, like I said, that offer was rescinded, but I just talked to the lady again. And if I get the information directly from the court, you know, whatever, because that was from the website, it could be misinterpreted, who knows. But if I get the information directly from the court, then I mean, she was willing to accept that information and probably reinstate my offer. Now, all right, so the other thing too, my naivety. So when I called to inquire, and do you really want to work for this company? I mean, it's the money and it's a reputable company, but the thing about it is this, that even though so is reputable and it has money, it still has a ghetto type of people that are available everywhere else. And I'm gonna tell you, um, because I came across a couple of them. For the most part, there were really strong, positive people that are there. Though that's the good thing about reputable companies. Though you will find at least one or two people that are decent people. And I don't want to talk about where I work right now because I'm glad to have I'm glad to have it, and there is a good person that's there. But I mean, and this is a small group, and I worked in bigger groups, of course, over the years of this type of company. But it's just, you come to the realization that everyone around you is really, got this history. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, oh my goodness. So, so I mean, yeah, so I'm gonna follow up with that in a minute. And what I was talking about with me waking up this morning, I woke up this morning freezing, freezing, freezing cold, and now, like you said, saw a spider, and then just all kinds of stuff. But and then I questioned myself because I was like, it's so ironic how I'm saying, why is this guy on this phone with my manager this long when obviously he's not showing him any kind of respect, And then I look at myself, same situation. Why do I permit myself to be in situations because when it's obvious that you're not getting any respect, and the reason why is because of fear. Like I said, there's only two emotions. There's love and there's fear. And the fear for me is all those negative things that have been instilled in me, especially within the past, month, whatever, all that stuff that girl said. Then, like I said, this guy at work is trying to get in, and I think he probably may see my channels or something because he said some things that are coincidentally kind of, but it's just, why am I doing this? Because of fear, because I'm scared that I can't get anything better. You know what I'm saying? That I'm scared that I won't be able to make it through. But that's why I'm still thankful for this company, because it's making me fight. And the reason I didn't fight as hard before was because I was so upset that this system took so much of my life, dealing with this, and I didn't want to spend the rest of my life, dealing with this crockpot system. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to spend any more time with this system. I have a life to live, beautiful, vibrant, intelligent, but it's like I can't use it because this is in the on the back burner. I can't use it, so I need to put myself in a place I can use it. And my fear of doing that was because, okay, it's over, let it be over. They've overturned whatever, let it be over. But I'm hearing that some people are interpreting it a different way. You know what I'm saying? They're interpreting it differently. And so the thing is, I can get something good out of this, and I'm going to. I'm going to get something good out of this. I'm going to meet some good people, in relation to this. Every phone call that I make, every step that I take towards it, I'm going to meet some good people. I am, and I'm gonna find whatever good I can in people from that I have to deal with this, and I'm gonna take it because you know what? It needs to be dealt with, and it needs to be finalized. Period. And if that's the process that my life has to go through for me to do it, then I will. And I'm gonna meet some really, really bad people. I'm gonna come face to face with them, and I've come face to face with them time and time again. But again, it's a learning process. You got to be able to weed through and karate chop the bad and get to the good. And so that's what I'm going to do. That's going to be my goal and my endeavor for 2016. And this is just to get back, like I said, during my initial 2016 look at video. That's what it's going to be about. Karate chopping my way through life, knocking down whatever barriers I have to knock down, gathering all the gems and the gems of the good people that I can along the way. That's going to be my job for life, a gem gatherer, knocking down the bad and gathering the good, and just taking as much of it as I can. And then if after a while it dulls or the luster goes away, I'll set it aside for someone else to pick up. But I have to, I have to, because my reputation is so important to me. The way that I carry myself, conduct myself, the way that I handle my personal things is important to me. And I don't even want that, I asked that man for his opinion. And you know what? Even though his response was he gave it to me when he says, I do not take you seriously. And that's the problem. No one takes me seriously. And why not? Because I don't take myself seriously. And why does it seem that way? Because I need to be so much further in life. And I can get there. I've just been cowering away from the system because I started to hate it. I started to hate it because you see all the corruption, all of the bad things, and people are still believing it. But I have to make myself, like I said, a gem gatherer. I have to push forward and collect all the good people I can along the way. Push away all the chaff. And I know there's going to be very evil, very bad people because I've dealt with it in the past. I know from experience, that these people, some of these people have been so programmed. All they do is just, and they don't even know, they don't know or don't care what they're doing. It's just a job. I get it, and I don't know. So I'm gonna push through that. Back to waking up this morning again, waking up cold, blah blah blah. And then when I did that, I was just like, then I saw, when I called that place, like I said, I'm easily manipulated because I called the place, the guy answered the phone, and what he said was something about verbal recension, and that's what they were calling me for. And when I called in, that's what he gave me. And I guess when he said that, I was like, what are you talking about? I didn't get a verbal recension. All I got was this email telling me to call. And he was like, oh, they just sent you an email just now. He just sent the email just now. That's what happened. He sent the email, And so he was just like, oh, but wait a minute, let me see, what this is all about. Why would they do that? That's weird. I thought he was trying to look from my point of view, but he wasn't. He was just being nosy. And so I always take things for the good. And then the other one, the lady, the class was supposed to start on Monday, and the lady, like I said, she was just so snippy, and I think it's because I think that girl might have said something. She knows that but so, I contacted her. I was just like, it's getting close to the date. I just need a confirmation. And she was like, oh, it goes to corporate for review. The background people gives you a green light or a red light. In the office, they gave me a green. So then from the green, it goes to corporate for review. And so that's where it supposedly is. And then there was a guy that, started the whole process. So I thought it was a good opportunity to reach out to him and be like, hey, thank you for being a part of this whole process. Just to let you know how it's going, the background check and everything returned. And, it's fast approaching the training date. I'm wondering, when can we confirm? Because I need to, be able to, govern myself accordingly, and it's just, I mean, yeah, I guess I don't need to. I mean, y'all get it. It's just what it is. But so that's my next step. And like I said, it is harrowing. I mean, because that 10 years, I don't ever want to go through that again. And I'm still going through it now. And I don't, it's like I'm going through it. At the first, it was just, it's dying down. But it's like I'm going through it all over again, all over again. And I just have to, but I have to, and this sometimes, like I said, your greatest strength can be your greatest weakness. Your greatest weakness can be your greatest strength. The thing that you think is the biggest bane to your existence can actually be the premise of your existence. So maybe this is what's meant. Like I said, everything happens for a reason. What's meant to happen, and I need to face this. There was a quote that was said that the biggest way to get rid of fear, it's just to ensure the death of fear, you just face it, charge on. It's a battle. And so but everything's for a reason. Like I said, it was God's way of showing me too that my time is valuable because they wanted us to come on Friday again. And yeah, my time is valuable. And then I started looking because I was just like, why am I here? And it's just, if I don't have those offers, those were the only things that were really keeping me, was those offers, you know. And everything happens for a reason, because then when I sent that email, he forwarded it back to that same old lady, and she's fighting for her job for vengeance, and she was just like, well, we discussed whatever, I discussed this with you, such and such and such, and I'm like, sure you did, but I went ahead and I responded to him and I said, thank you for forwarding this email to her, because time has passed and you were part of the initial process. I wanted to reach out to you to thank you because I didn't have an opportunity to do that, as well as follow up on the status of the start date, because I understand wasn't sure whether or not you were part of that corporate review process. I have already made arrangements. When I spoke with this person, I told them I would contact them on Friday to follow up. Thanks again for everything. Bye. Pretty much. And it was like I had a longer version of that, and it was very, like my nature, very sweet and sympathetic. But God, and I was gonna, put it into word, but God made it so that I don't know what happened, but I know I for sure God did this because again, it wasn't aggressive or assertive or bland at all. And God, I just didn't want it to be that way, because again, people are not taking you seriously. You're too nice, too nice. So I started to cut it because I wanted. It's kind of hard to do it when it's in the email, so I wanted to do it like on the side and then paste it back in. And I thought I cut it. I obviously did cut it because it disappeared. But when I went to paste it, it pasted whatever I copied before. So it disappeared, and then I hit the back key because I don't know what made me hit the back key. I hit the back key, and so I couldn't even undo it. So I had to regenerate whatever I wrote, and my regeneration of it was shorter. It was more concise, and it wasn't nothing nice and sweet about it. It was just direct and to the point. And I guess that's what God wanted. And the thing was that as I was starting to send that, I saw another email come in my inbox. And I guess it was the guy that I emailed initially. I guess he felt that it was rude and felt her response was rude. And when I hadn't read his email, but I hit send. When I hit send, I read his email. And my email matched up right to his. It was like almost instantaneously. So it was meant to be. And that's why I have to trust everything in my life is meant to be. Everything. Because the mistakes that happen, the way people interact with me, all of that is for a higher purpose. And it's to bring awareness, of, my spiritual power, brings to awareness my strength, my skill set and where they are needed, you know. So I am gonna go ahead and do this. And like I said, if the heroin part of it is like, I really don't want to deal with all this and all these ghetto people, these people that are just intentionally, I think the government, the system, just in general, just they hire people that just to make it harder for you to go through. So I have to, each person that I interact with via phone or otherwise, I need to pull the best out of them. Absolute best. Because again, there's only two emotions. There's love and there's fear. And when you generate love, it operates at a higher frequency. You get more done. Fear is a slower, lower level frequency, and it keeps you enslaved. And I cannot do the slave thing anymore. I can't do it. I will not do it. So keeping the frequency high, getting as much positivity from people as you can. When you get negativity, turn it around. And I'm gonna go ahead and finish this up, and then that's it. And then I only got a couple seconds left, but and then I was asking for a verification of employment, I guess, which was really not necessary at this point. So I don't, and he wanted me to type it up and whatever. And I'm just like, type it up and send it. I'm like, I'm not creating any form documents for someone else. And, it's okay, because right now I'm still at the base root of things that I need to do. So again, I love y'all. Take care. Bye.